Las Vegas students embrace anti-bullying.
For the first time in politics, a Nevada Assembly transgender candidate hopes to make history in District 42.
After the Bush family said goodbye to the late Barbara Bush, former President George H.W. Bush was hospitalized.
We also learned how to stay healthy during the summer. Don't go anywhere. Studio G starts right now.
Good afternoon, Rebels, and welcome to your 12 o'clock newscast. I'm Lourdes Trimidal with Studio G.
And I'm Alexis Ferraro.
Students at Bertha Ronzone Elementary School created paper hearts that symbolized students pledging to stop bullying. Some hearts were plain, some hearts were bedazzled, but all are on one accord. The hearts are part of the school's No Place for Hate program that was created by the Anti-Defamation League, hoping to cease bullying in schools. No Place for Hate originated in New York's ADL office and has spread across the nation and will continue to reach thousands of children's hearts.
Local Army veteran Layden Henry is aiming to become the first transgender legislator in Nevada. He is running to improve the education system. However, his sexual identity may conflict. Henry, being transgender, was not the spark that encouraged him to get involved with politics. It was the thought of marginalized communities who feel less than equal. Although he has served as a woman in the Army for nearly 4 years, he does not regret his change because he is happy. Henry hopes his stepping stone will inspire future generations of LGBTQ members to embrace who they are and not what others want them to be.
On April 17th, the Bush family said their final goodbyes to the matriarch. Days later, former President George H.W. Bush was hospitalized. The 93-year-old was admitted to the Houston Methodist Hospital on Sunday morning after contracting an infection that spread to his blood. According to the family spokesman, Bush has since stabilized and is awake, alert, and talking. Also stated the 41st president is determined to get healthy and return to the family home in Kennebunkport, Maine this summer.
Or in man's heart, if not, in fact, the day of the dictator is over. The totalitarian era is passing. Its old ideas blown away like leaves from an ancient, lifeless tree. A new breeze is blowing, and a nation, refreshed by freedom, stands ready to push on.
Up next, we have the latest news on the monkey who has taken an iconic selfie.
Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
Great. You make friends, you gain skills, you learn how to do all this stuff with audio. It's a fantastic thing.
I can grow with everyone and everybody supports me as well as I can support them.
I think it's great. I think it's a blessing to have this kind of equipment from the Green Spun family as well as the state of Nevada.
And it's really informative to see, how a radio show really works.
Now that I do it, I have friends, I have people that want to hang out, and I get to play music a lot.
It's very good too because we have all the top of the line equipment to work with and students here that can help you out, so it's a very, very good way to get involved in the radio.
As far as Studio G, at first it looks overwhelming, and at first it looks like it's a lot of work, but I'll tell you what, it's the most beneficial class I've had at UNLV to date, without a doubt. You get to not only develop stories and work on your interviewing skills, your editing skills, and your shooting skills from a camera perspective, you get to work on all the equipment that's in the studio. So you're working on audio, you're working on directing, tech directing, you get to produce your own show. You can take a 30-minute newscast and make it your own. And that's really cool about Studio G. Like I said, a lot of it seems overwhelming at first, but it is by far the best class I've taken at UNLV since I've been here.
Welcome back. Now our weather for today. Currently right now in Las Vegas, it is 84 degrees, high of 93 and a low of 69. And today is supposed to be mostly sunny and we won't see any wind like we've been seeing in the past weeks. And for our picture of the day is National Telephone Day, which is April 25th. The Bell Telephone Company was founded on July 9th, 1877, and the first public telephone lines were installed from Boston to Somerville, Massachusetts that same year. By the end of the decade, there are nearly 50,000 phones in the United States. May of 1967, the 1 millionth telephone was installed. So celebrate National Telephone Day by calling someone and telling them Happy National Telephone Day. And also share your vintage telephone pictures on social media using hashtag National Telephone Day to show all the different telephones that people still currently use. All right, for our 5-day forecast. Today, again, it's going to be 93 degrees high, 69 low. Tomorrow, it is going to be sunny, 97 and a low of 72. Friday, it's going to be sunny, high of 95 and a low of 66. And Saturday, it's going to be sunny, partly cloudy with a high of 89. And right now in the valley, Centennial Hills, it's 84, Summerlin, 82, Vegas, 82, and as you can see all across the valley in Nellis, Henderson, Boulder City, Green Valley, we are all in the 80s as the temperatures are rising and it's getting hotter. And if you see right now, this morning, as you're walking in class, it was 82 degrees, sunny. The wind is really mild, only 6 miles per hour today, so we don't have to worry about that. And it gives it a cool breeze to where it's not too hot, so it's comfortable. Tonight, it's going to be a high of 69, a low of, mostly clear, as the wind is only about 5 to 7 miles per hour. Not too bad. The national forecast is not here. But it's okay. If you go to weekly weather map on Google and you can find the national weather for the day. And we're going to go take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Teaming up to help our planet Earth. UNLV groups like the Student Sustainability Council and Take Back the Tap, among others, are teaming up in honor of Earth Day today, April 25th. The Earth Day fair will be in PETA Plaza from 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. Performances, carnival games, and a water bottle trade-in will take place. The fair is about learning how to minimize the harm that is affecting the environment. The event promotes a cleaner, greener planet. Don't forget to recycle, Rebels. Make use of reusable water bottles and do your part to help keep our planet clean.
A federal judge says a monkey who took a selfie on his owner's camera does not have standing to sue for copyright in court, but PETA activists aren't going down without a fight. CNN's Jonathan Bloom has the latest on the legal drama.
Monkeys sue will not do in federal court.
The oral arguments were straight up bananas.
Is there a similar holding by the Supreme Court that man and monkey are the same?
No, Your Honor.
Now, in a 50-page jungle of legal jargon, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled.
The monkey does not have standing to go into federal court to sue for copyright infringement.
The monkey is Naruto, a crested macaque who took these famous selfies with wildlife photographer David Slater's camera.
Making a different face each time he did it.
Animal rights group PETA said Naruto knew exactly what he was doing, making him the author entitled to profits from Slater's book.
Here you go. No, that's on my phone. That's your phone, but I own the copyright in that photograph because I took the photo.
You own that photo.
I own that photo.
As legal fees mounted, the two sides decided to cut the monkey business and reached a settlement.
And that's the first time an animal will receive direct financial benefit from a work he created.
Under the settlement, Slater will pay a quarter of the royalties from this book to charities that help this specific monkey. That could have been the end of the case, but the court decided not so fast.
There's complicated questions about how to protect those animals in federal court.
In 2004, this very court ruled that animals can sue under the Constitution, a decision it could now decide to revisit. But in this case, the monkey and all animals, since they're not human, lack standing to sue under the Copyright Act. Acts of Congress only apply to humans unless Congress says otherwise.
We believe the court's decision discriminates against him simply because he happens not to be human.
PETA wants to give animals a voice, but the judges said they gravely doubt PETA can validly assert next friend status to be that voice in federal court, and ordered PETA to pay Slater's legal fees. The minority opinion claims PETA's real motivation was to advance its own interests, not Naruto's, which PETA denies.
What does this all mean for Naruto?
I haven't heard from Naruto, so I don't know what it means.
But as for David Slater, he's learned a valuable lesson.
Just be careful where you leave your camera.
In San Francisco, Jonathan Bloom, ABC 7 News.
All seriousness aside, I do love at the beginning when it says bananas. That was hilarious. What do you think?
Honestly, actually, last semester we talked about this in my anthropology class, and it's interesting because, I don't know, if the monkey does receive credit, like, what would he do the money with? Yeah, so.
Gonna go buy a whole bunch of bananas? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get it, it's an animal and animals have rights, but it's an animal. Yeah, what are they, like you said, what are they gonna do with the money?
Yeah, it's true.
Doesn't make any sense. What is my dog gonna go to the store and buy?
Yep.
It's the same kind of thing. I just don't understand.
UNLV's football team will play 3 Mountain West games next season on CBS Sports Network and another on ESPN channel. Also, UNLV will open its season starting September 1st in Southern California. Rebel fans, be sure to check it out. Up next, Denier sits down with artist and filmmaker Chris Coy.
Stay tuned.
Evening jazz. I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on the rebelhd2.com.
The Rebel and Revolt show. Pretty good show about, you know, just someone who will actually talk about UNLV the way an outsider might feel. We talk about current events, we talk about politics, try to take an offensive swing with it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, but and then we talk about, you know, the little things in life that everybody laughs about. And we are the Rebels and we are revolting. My name is Jameson Wilk and I run the Rebel and Revolt show, and you can tune in at therebelhd2.com.
We are member supported. KUNV 91.5, The Source. Here's why you should become a member. Become a part of the public radio family while keeping jazz alive in Southern Nevada. Every member receives a discount card to businesses and restaurants around the valley, along with a premium of KUNV branded items. Exclusive access to KUNV ticket giveaways for concerts and events, and private members-only events with prominent musicians such as Paul Taylor, Vincent Ingala, and many more. We are 91.5 The Source, and that source is you. So become a member today.
Welcome back to Studio G. I'm Drea Austin, and I'm here with multi-talented Chris Coy. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Right, so before we get into our interview, can you just give us some information about yourself and about your art? Just some background information.
Yeah, one of the things I was thinking about as we were kind of prepping for this conversation was, you know, how long have I been an artist? It's one of those questions that seems kind of silly, because I think if you're an artist, you typically have always been an artist. It's just a matter of, you know, your path to that, right? So for as long as I can remember, it's been about being creative in one way, shape, or form. So yeah, school-wise, I studied design and then also did a fine art degree.
So when did you like start tackling like your inner artist, I guess, maybe like putting it to the test?
I mean, I think the point when I recognized that art was important enough to me to pursue it was I just finished high school. I was working on the oil fields of Alaska in like the Arctic Circle. And was working with a bunch of individuals who obviously had good jobs that paid well, but they weren't happy. And, you know, I recognized I wanted to do something more. So art really at that point became the emphasis. And, yeah.
Awesome. You said where were you located? You said in
Alaska. Yeah.
And then you moved to Vegas after?
No, I've moved around a bunch. I've moved probably 40, 50 times in my life, so a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was living in Alaska at the time. My father was military.
Okay. So what inspired you? I know you're a filmmaker also, so what inspired you to become an artist and a filmmaker?
I was interested in both. I think film is a really compelling medium, like along with music. You know, these popular forms are, you know, very, just formally they're really compelling. You can do lots of cool things. Like it's a marriage of, you know, music, audio, like narrative, visuals, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of things come together in a movie or in a film. So it became a place for like hyper, and I always just made films as, you know, as a kid even, so.
Awesome. So can you elaborate on your newest film, Brown Ranger?
Yeah, it's not that new, but like it's about 6 years old.
Oh, okay.
But it was made as a continuation and examination of things I was thinking about as a thesis project as I was going to school in California.
Okay.
So I went to USC in Los Angeles and was interested in kind of taking stock of my own, like it's a very personal film, and it has to do with a lot of just general interests that I've had. I don't know if you had a chance to see a preview copy or whatnot.
Yeah, wasn't it shared here?
Yeah, it was.
April 4?
Yeah, we did a screening at the Barrack Museum on campus, and really it was just, it's kind of like digging around backstage or after on a horror movie set is kind of a good way to characterize it. So it's kind of spooky and stupid. But creative.
So what are you working on now?
Right now, I mean, making a lot of different paintings and some different projects. Without going way in depth on it, I would just say looking into what happens when you ask a computer to make drawings and paintings. So we're playing with machine learning and some artificial intelligence and neural nets, and like showing the computer things and then asking it to transpose those styles onto other things.
Okay, awesome. So what advice would you give a student like starting out trying to be an artist or starting to be a filmmaker? What would you tell them to inspire them or help them, you know, motivate them?
Yeah, I mean, to be quick, really just find somebody who you think represents exactly what you want to be or an idea of what you want to be, and study them, find out. Well, maybe. I don't know if, a good example, I mean, regardless of what specifically you want to do creatively, find the person who represents that and then ask them. Like, finding a mentor is important, and just doing the research. Recognize too that if you want to be in a career like this, you have to want it more than just a 9-to-5 kind of job. Like you have to really put yourself in the path of the thing that you want.
And want it more than just Monday through Friday.
Right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking with us, Chris Goy, and hopefully we'll see more from him at the Barrack Museum. So stay tuned, and we'll be back after this short break.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
Our Metropolis is a 30-minute show that airs every Tuesday evening at 91.5. You're going to hear Dr. Gary Larson along with our regular contributors talking about what matters to our community. And not only what matters, but why does it matter? We look at our community as a whole, but we also pay special attention to what's happening here at UNLV, because that's our home as well. So looking at our Metropolis through the lens of a radio show really gives us the unique perspective to tell a story through words and through people, and I think it makes for a great program.
As promised, here is another video of Eagle Taekwondo combining the things they love into one.
Taekwondo is back this week and even better than the last 2 weeks. Not only have they mastered combining dance with martial arts, now they've added the element of music. This time, teachers Esther and Chris decided to have their students join in on the fun, combining live violinists while the others are dancing. The violinists put down their music to show they too have moves of their own. For Studio G, I'm Tessa Cardwell.
Every week, they are doing something even better than the last. I am loving how they included live music and all of their students, even the babies in this video.
If you've been curious about the art of dance, then don't fret because our reporter Diana Zainadine has some moves to teach you.
My teammates on the Scarlet Dance Line, and she's going to teach Reagan how to dance. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Motivation. My one solution is my queen, cause she's this strong.
Turn 5, 6, jump 7, 8. Sorry. You want me to start all over? 1, 2, step 3, 4, turn 5, 6, jump 7, 8. Good job. Left kick. Left kick.
All right.
Alrighty, so I'm going to teach you one of our cheers. So you start, you punch down like this. So you say, let's go, big, red. Punch down, let's go, big, red. And then you shake.
So how long have you been on the Scarlet Dance Line?
This is my 2nd year on the team, so I'm going into my 2nd year here at UNLV and on the team as well.
What type of style do you guys do?
So we do a combination of pom, jazz, and hip hop.
Events do you guys perform at?
So we do all of the home football games, we do women's basketball games, and we do any UNLV sponsored events as well.
The Scarlet Dance Line performs in conjunction with the band and is a performance team. During home football games, you can catch them perform at pregame, halftime, and cheering on our running rebels on the sidelines. Looks like dance isn't as easy as some may think. You can catch the Scarlet Dance Line at our next football game.
Wow, I'll be sure to try some of those moves on the dance floor. Thanks, Diana.
A new theory of the planet Uranus has surfaced. Apparently, science has discovered that the planet does in fact smell like rotten eggs. CNN reporter Jeremy Roth has the scoop.
According to scientists, Uranus smells like rotten eggs. What? Don't laugh. This is science. A new study suggests clouds in the planet's atmosphere are composed of hydrogen sulfide, the molecule that makes rotten eggs smell so bad. So how did experts sniff out this new info from roughly 1.6 billion miles away? Using a spectrometer on the Gemini telescope in Hawaii, researchers observed Uranus's cloud cover, and that's where they spotted the signature of hydrogen sulfide. However, experts say if anyone were to go to Uranus, they wouldn't have to endure the stench. Suffocation and minus 200-degree atmospheric conditions would likely kill them first. Veterinarians are hoping a CT scan will help them treat an ailing black rhino in Illinois. 7-year-old Layla was too big for the Brookfield Zoo Hospital, so nearly 40 staff members worked together to sedate and move the 2,300-pound patient. Vets then used a special portable scanner to take a CT scan of the rhino, which is believed to be a first for her species. Layla has been struggling with a sinus condition that makes it hard for her to breathe. Zoo officials say the CT scan gave them an unparalleled look at the issue, and the scan's results will now be used to help chart Layla's future treatment. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
What do you think about the Uranus story? Do you think it's real?
If it is, then, and if it's ever possible for us to ever go there, I don't think I would ever want to go.
Okay, question, would you ever want to go to space?
Yes. I don't know.
I think it's a cool idea, but actually going, I'd be really scared.
Then what's the next planet you would ever go to, like the closest? No?
I don't know if I want to go. Because how long are you going to be there, like a year? Like, that's a long time.
I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Find a new place.
I think I'd get bored.
Already?
Already, if you're there for a year, trying to go up to space, that's a long time.
It's long travel around.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty scary. But that is our entire show for today.
See you again tomorrow for more news here in Studio G. Have a great day, Rebels.